Hi, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Spiritual Scientist. Hey, I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. So, another day I'm driving to work. I'm working 10 days in a row, maybe more than that. I don't even remember anymore. It's like I never have a day off. Sucks. But anyway, driving to work. Thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit, and ladies, of course, and get right to it. It's kind of interesting, I thought. So a lot of people digging some of the predictions I talked about. Here's one for you. A little after 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Schumann Resonance is going to go off the charts. What you're going to see is it's going to go all white again. So that's going to happen. And then subsequently after that, we're going to have a lot of UFO sightings because the people or whatever in the UFOs are kind of tripping out, kind of wanting to figure out what's going on. So that's going to attract a little attention. So that's going to be happening. And you'll see that perhaps in the news, and then that'll should taper off. So that's going to happen. That's pretty cool. I did talk to you guys about a while ago. I always talk about whales. Kind of neat that people were scientists are soon, and they're discovering now the language of whales. So I talked about and predicted that, gosh, what was it, 2 years ago? Maybe not that long ago. Anyway, I have videos about whales and Mandela effects with whales. Anyway, this one's interesting that Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I actually spoke to once for 10 minutes. Pretty cool. He is on a show, was on a podcast with his show or whatever, talking about how we're learning to discover whale language. Hello? Who told you that was going to happen? Moi! So anyway, kind of neat kind of stuff. The other thing I talked about, this was a while back, was seeing fairy tale creatures coming to life. As I talked about a long time ago, we had the phoenix. That was crazy in China, and it's in a reality, it's not in a reality, that's in a reality. But there was the one from Harry Potter, the phoenix was an actual real bird in China. So, and it looks exactly like it, and there's scientists like, oh yeah, that's that's been around for a long time. That's where they get the legend from. Not really. So that's kind of cool. And people were riding cows, and that's a whole weird thing. But there was other fancy creatures that came to life. Of course, unicorns were now in. I think it was 20,000 years ago. No, more than that. 200,000 years ago. I know I have two in front of it. There were these giant kind of unicorns, almost like rhinoceros, but they have one horn. Anyway, the one that I'm going to talk about right now is dragons. So there is the Volantis, I think it's Draco Volantis, which is kind of neat, and you can get them actually in the pet trade. It's a flying dragon, so it has these kind of ribs that kind of spread out. They're rather small, size of your hand, so those are real. What a lot of people won't know at this point is now that there's 30 different types of species of them. Actually, more than 40, I believe the number's 44 different types of. Sorry, my camera's bouncing around. I'm driving. So try not to get in an accident. So now there's 44 different types of dragons, these flying dragons. Kind of neat, and some of the patterns are super cool. So check that out. So those are real. So so they'll go up in the tree, and then they'll like a flying squirrel, and they'll just fly. I think they could go really far though, and so that's kind of interesting. And that was basically what I was going to talk about today, is some of the things. But the Schumann Resonance should be a big deal, and that you can consider like a solar flash, but it's not. But you can think of it that way. This one, scientists are just not going to know why, because it has nothing to do really with the sun. But maybe there'll be a solar flash. That would be at the same time. That would be unusual. Anyway, just thought I'd talk to you guys about some of the things that looking at and telling you about, and a lot of things going on in the news. I have a minute left. One thing that's really weird, I was off Facebook for a while, but I went on to do some distance healing and catch up with a couple people, which is always so much fun. I love helping people, and it's a trip when I can. Some people contact me and they want help with certain things, and like, come on, what? Like court cases and things like that. I mean, that's not what that's not what I'm, I pray for you, but I don't know. So anyway, where was I saying? Oh yeah, you go on Facebook now, and the weird part is they're asking you, have you been, radicalized? Are you, if you feel so, you're a terrorist, or you're extremist, basically saying extremist. Or if you're an extremist, click here. It's just so sad that the America is like turning against itself, and that's what the all these guys in the military are coming out because they're told to. They're coming out and saying the scariest thing is white extremists and all that. No, it's not. Everybody knows that's not the case. But that's kind of like the way that we're being pushed. In a lot of, let me say this, there's a lot of negative, lower dimensional, and not that lower, but they're still lower dimensional beings that want strife. Want these things to happen, and they push for it, and so they could feed off the negativity. That's actually what's a lot of this is going on. So it's a spiritual battle. Stay true to yourself, and if you have a chance, please give to a charity of choice. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, share. Love you guys. Peace out. Bye-bye.